the complete guide to making a long-distance relationship work. You've been looking for someone who's worth keeping for an eternity, and you finally found him, and you're really glad about it. However, by many miles and miles of distance, you may find yourself separated from the one you adore. Whether you're having fun together or not, there's always a part of you that wonders how your relationship will endure long-distance separation. First and foremost, remember that long-distance relationships are possible. In fact, most couples find themselves geographically separated at some time during their dating or marriage relationship. Many couples claim that a long-distance relationship is what reinforced their love. With that in mind, our team of relationship experts at Wisdom Relationship has put together a list of their top suggestions for maintaining, surviving, and even flourishing in a long-distance relationship or marriage. We hope it's only a matter of time until you and your loved one are reunited once again. But, in the meantime, here are some therapist-endorsed suggestions to strengthen your emotional connection, alleviate the pain of geographical separation, and ensure that your relationship lasts a long time. 1. It's essential to speak as much or as little as is required to feel connected. We are living in an age when we have never before had such constant access to one another. For those in a long-distance relationship, devoting substantial free time to catching up may be a wonderful present as long as both of you agree on it. Some couples prefer to be in touch with one another every hour. Some find talking on a daily basis to be time-consuming. Discuss with your partner how often you'll be texting, chatting, or video conferencing throughout the day or week. And keep an open mind when life throws new and unexpected challenges at you and your relationship. 2. Be there even though you can't physically be there. The most satisfying relationships, according to decades of study, are those in which each partner responds effectively to the other's emotional appeals. The thousands of little attempts to connect with one another are referred to as emotional calls. At the heart of every emotional call is really asking one question: will you be there for me? It might be difficult to respond to each other's emotional SOS during a long-distance relationship. You can't physically be there for someone on their special days, or console someone with a hug since you're hundreds of miles apart. But that doesn't make this element of relationship success any less vital. Instead, long-distance couples may need to be more intentional about responding to each other's attempts at contact. If you planned a time to chat with your partner, make that call a priority just as if it were any other business meeting or doctor's appointment. Call or text your spouse ahead of time to find out how things went if he or she had a big day. You'll show that you're there for them, no matter how far apart you are, by incorporating their needs into your daily routine. 3. Remind your partner what you enjoy about your relationship on a regular basis. Long-distance relationships can be difficult due to the fact that you're spending so much time apart from one another. This is why therapists advocate using frequent verbal reassurances with your significant other. They aid in reducing these unpleasant emotions while also clarifying where you stand as a couple. The next time you communicate, let your partner know how much you appreciate and care for your relationship. If you're unsure where you stand, don't be afraid to seek confirmation from your partner. It's just as lovely to tell someone that you love them and want them with you right now as it is to hear it. 4. To make a secure connection, you must support each other's interests. Whether you're together or apart, you and your partner will continue to grow and change as time goes on. That is both natural and beneficial, even if it necessitates your relationship to evolve in the process. Long-distance couples who have a solid attachment can allow each other to develop and mature, according to the therapists. They find methods to stay in touch and push one another forward. Personal development and change are healthy in a secure attachment relationship as a result of security and safety within the relationship. One of the most effective methods to develop a secure attachment is to encourage your spouse as they mature and explore their own talents and interests. While it may be annoying if her new volleyball practice interrupts your nightly catch-up time, it's critical to support her in doing what she enjoys just as you would for her. 5. Find a way to spend time together when you're apart. Interdependent relationships are said to be the healthiest sort of relationship for marriage, according to studies. What does that imply? It implies that you and your partner work together yet maintain your own individual identities. It's probable that because of your long-distance situation, you're doing more things separately than you would want, which is why it's critical to pick a few activities to do remotely but together. Whether it's reading the same book, watching the same program while talking on the phone, playing games online, listening to the same playlist, or even eating at the same chain restaurant on an identical night, all these things can help you and your spouse feel more interdependent and ultimately closer. 6. Learn how to deal with pressing concerns in both personal and remote settings. Whether you're together or apart, all couples must learn how to communicate properly and resolve issues. If you avoid minor difficulties or are unwilling to talk about sensitive topics, bigger challenges may develop. When a military spouse and her husband were dating long distance, she says that she never felt at ease discussing delicate circumstances over the phone. But when I went to see him, I didn't want to ruin our time together by starting an argument. It created this vicious cycle where I felt I could never discuss what was wrong with me. After a while, I would erupt in frustration and break up with him. It was very unjustified since he had no clue anything was wrong in the first place. It takes practice to discuss tough topics, but it's critical not to let little issues grow into big ones. 7. Focus on the benefits of long-distance relationships. It's hard to believe that being apart from the individual you adore is a good thing. You can quickly alter your attitude, whereas you can't immediately alter your circumstances. It may be hurtful to be ripped apart, but try to consider a few of the numerous ways in which your long-distance relationship is advantageous. Do you have more time for hobbies or working out or spending time with friends and family since you're not together? Make a list of the advantages of long distance and concentrate on them during tough days when the separation begins to get to you. 8. Respect the reason for your separation. There will undoubtedly be times when your long-distance relationship seems impossible. You could even be tempted to act on a whim and leave your work or quit school so you can be with the individual you adore. However, don't be fooled by instinct. Don't allow months or years of hard work to go to waste because you're impatient to be together. If you finish what you've started and do it well, your relationship will benefit in the long run. 9. When it's time, develop a long-term strategy for bringing your lives together. Anyone who's been in a long-distance relationship can attest to the ache of missing someone you care about. If you're in a relationship with the person you want to spend your life with, you'll need to create a strategy for connecting your lives. Whether it's a wedding, an engagement, a career transition, or a move, be sure your strategy considers the appropriate following step at the ideal moment for both individuals. Having the hope of being together for a long period of time can help you get through the roughest periods. That little bit of optimism might go a long way toward making your partner seem not quite so distant. These are just a few tips to help you make your long-distance relationship work. Every couple is different, so it's important to find what works for you. With some effort and communication, you can make your long-distance relationship thrive. Subscribe to the channel and like it. It motivates us to make interesting videos on various topics. Good luck!